What's up guys, welcome back to another Minecraft YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 different redstone contraptions you can build in your SMP world, and it'll help secure and hide your base from your friends. So, I'm going to start off some very simple, some basic redstone. Good old fashioned 1x2 flush door. It's very simple, very easy to build. All you will need will be one lever for your input, could change to be anything. 2 redstone torches, 2 repeaters, 6 sticky pistons, 3 redstone dust, and any block you're choosing. And so now we're gonna get started by punching out 3 holes, one here, and one like that. So now this will be your input. So this will be your, in my case, a lever. This will be a repeater facing out, and your other repeater with a piece of redstone, like that. Then you're going to put a redstone torch with a block above and beside it with a piece of dust on top of it. Because for some reason in Minecraft, redstone goes through blocks, or most of them. Then you're going to want to put your pistons in front of that. They should activate immediately, which is fine. Then you're going to put your 2 sticky pistons facing towards that way, towards the door, just like that in the back. Then you're going to cover it with blocks on this side, on the side of the input. Now you put your torch on the ground with a block above and beside with your redstone dust. And bam, that is your flush door. Okay, simple, right? Moving on. So next we have the good old-fashioned hipster door, which is a hidden door where all of the redstone is below ground, and instead of moving back into the side, the blocks just move down seamlessly, and it is an amazing thing. Beautiful to watch. So now all you will need will be 3 sticky pistons, 4 observers, 2 redstone repeaters, and 3 redstone dust with your lever and blocks of your choice. So now you're going to start off by, in the corner you want, wherever you want the door to be, you place your 2 sticky pistons going up. Then you're going to leave a block space, then build up with a couple temporary blocks, and then you're going to want to put a couple sticky pistons, a sticky piston on top like that. So it should look like that. Now you're going to want to place 2 stone a block apart from the sticky pistons behind it, with 2 redstone dust above it and 1 diagonal, like that. Now you take your 2 repeaters and put one down, so that they're opposite from each other, like that. Now this one should be on 2 ticks, this one should be on 4 ticks, with a block down. And now you add in your repeaters by your observers by putting 1 below there, and then 1 above there facing the opposite direction, and 1 above the repeater. So it looks like this. Now the final repeater goes in between the piece of redstone dust and the sticky piston, like that, so it faces the sticky piston. And don't forget to put your blocks for the door and that block there to activate the repeater, and that. Now you put in your input, which in my case will be a lever, but it can be a button. But if you add a button or a redstone torch key, you will have to add a pulse extender. And now you just test it and watch it happen. And so yeah. Make sure the tick speed is right because sometimes it can be wrong like that. So this should be on 4 ticks. This should be on 2 ticks actually. My bad. And so yeah, let's head to the next redstone contraption. And so next item on our redstone list is a 2x2 flush door because they are way cooler than a 1x2, but they are also way bigger and a little more complicated as you can see here. So what you will need will be a bunch of redstone dust, 5 repeaters, as a lever for activation, a block you're choosing, some redstone torches, and some sticky pistons. So what you will do is start out by placing your sticky pistons. Make sure that these two back ones right here are in line with this archway. Like so. And now for the fun part, the redstone. So now you're just going to place a couple blocks behind the pistons like that. Now you're going to place a redstone torch in that little 1x1 crevice and do the same thing on the other side. Like so. Now what you're going to want to do is place some repeaters and put them on 3 tick speed on each side. Now to connect the middle sticky pistons, this is a tricky part. It's really actually simple and it looks complicated at first, but it's not. So what you're gonna want to do is basically just make an L shape out of blocks above it with some redstone dust and your fifth redstone torch like that. Now you just build a staircase of redstone. And you might need a repeater to connect it all. Make sure it goes into the door, not facing that way, so that it can connect properly and work. So now all you gotta do is hook up the system to one switch. And just for this demonstration, I'm just gonna put a lever right here. And now you place the blocks that will be the door. And now, as you can see, it works. And next on our list is an automatic bamboo farm. This one is very fast, very easy to build. The materials not so easy to come by, but yeah, let's get into it. So for this one, you will need quite a few things. You will need sticky piston slime blocks, glass or any block you're choosing, redstone dust, a couple of repeaters, a lever, some obsidian, observers, with a trapdoor to build the actual flying machine. And I will show you how to build a a collection system that I found and I like. But so you're gonna grab a couple of obsidian, place them in somewhere in the middle of your farm on the edge, or like just past the edge, a couple blocks back, with a repeater on top of the front one on 2 tick speed and redstone dust behind it with your lever. This will be the one that'll be for the where you build the actual flying machine. So for the actual flying machine, you will put an observer just underneath the trapdoor with a slime block underneath that. Now, beside it, you're gonna want to place a sticky piston, and in front of it, you're gonna want to place your other sticky piston. Now, place another slime like that. Now you're gonna want to place another observer diagonal to the other one and place it in facing the same direction like this. Now you just build out the machine with slime. Make sure you leave a block gap on the farm so that the slime doesn't stick to the wall. Instead, place another block. I chose glass because it looks better. And then you basically just do the exact same thing on this side. And bam. That's the flying machine. Now for the other side, you're gonna wanna do the exact same thing with one key difference. Now I'll show you that in a second. This key difference is basically you're gonna want to place an observer facing out like this, and then you just place the redstone the exact same way without a lever, so that when the flying machine docks, it activates it sends a signal to this block, sending the signal to the redstone dust and repeater, which activates the trapdoor, activating the machine to just go back on its own. And so yeah, that's the flying machine itself built. Now I'm going to show you a collection system I like, but for this one you're going to need a few more observers, a note block, a block you're choosing, a few hoppers, a chest, and LAs. With some bamboo. So you're going to want to find somewhere in the back in the middle, and you're going to build it 5 tall, but then break the bottom 2. So this block, when it passes under here, it activates this here, observer activating this one, activating the note block on top with the block as a buffer in between, so it doesn't have any sort of base. Now you're gonna place your chest and your hoppers. So you're just gonna build a tower of hoppers to 1 block below the note block. Now you just kind of connect it in a circle around the dirt block. In a loop like this. And bam, that's the entire collection system. Now all you do is grab your LA, give it some bamboo. The more you have, the faster they'll collect, the less bamboo you lose. Simple Minecraft mathematics. And then you just wait for this to fully grow. As you can tell, I planted mine beforehand, so it would fully grow, so I could show you how effective it is, and you just watch it go. And as you can tell, you can hear or you can see the LAs picking up all the bamboo and throwing it into the note block and into the hoppers. And then this isn't all of it, but if I come over here, you can see it's collecting. So yeah, this is a very simple, very very easy to build um, bamboo farm with a collection system. It's also cheap and pretty inexpensive about it too. So yeah, let's head to the next one. And this next contraption is actually not necessarily any farms or entrances. This one's actually gonna be a silo storage system that is a system I love, and it is pretty expensive to be fair, but if you can do it, it looks amazing aesthetically, and you can make as many as you want, and it's easy to build. So yeah, what you'll need is blocks, chests, comparators, lamps, hoppers, and a barrel. So basically, the lights are gonna just let us know um when how full the system is until you gotta like empty it out or whatever. But yeah, so you're gonna place your barrel down with two hoppers behind it. Then you jump up, place a block with a comparator. Now you're gonna want a hopper going into the other hopper, and this hopper will have a chest on it. Now there will be a hopper going into that chest with a chest on top of that hopper. Now there will be a comparator here in front of the chest right here, as you can see. And so what I like to do is I like to build it up first so that so that you have a frame of reference of what you're doing. Um, and it's just easier to gauge like this. See? And so now once you have that done, you just simply put a hopper connected here with a chest and yet another comparator and basically copy that bottom design. Now this is where things get a little more interesting because now you're gonna go over two hoppers like this with a chest on top with your block and comparator, and then you just basically do the same thing back like this. Now all you do is basically the same thing with your chest on top and your comparator. And now this chest is basically where you're going to hook up your top hopper for your organization system or whatever. Now, fair warning, if you are going to build multiple, you're going to want to block space between them. So you have 3 blocks like this, but then you're going to want a 4th block just so that this comparator doesn't activate the other light as well. So you're going to want to go to, so just to make it look aesthetically pleasing, you're going to want to make it look something like this, just to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Of course, the stone is interchangeable, and to test, and now you can test it out by just simply filling up this bottom barrel and then filling up a couple of the chests and let it run, which is what I'm gonna do. You don't have to fill it up all the way, but it's a good idea to fill it up a fair bit. So, yeah, that's simple. And as you can tell, the lights lit up, and it should light up this bottom light right here once these three hoppers are full and the barrel is full with stuff in this chest. But as you can tell, that's not happening right now. If I look in here, you can see the stone going through. And so, yeah, that's simple. And it also helps light up your base as well, which is also a bonus. So, yeah. And so, next on our list is a bee farm. This one is useful for so many different reasons because you will need honey and or slime for many different redstone contraptions, and so a honey farm should be one of the first farms you build in your secret base. Not to mention they look kind of nice if you hide all the redstone. So this one's pretty simple. I'm gonna show you how to build only one of the circuits because each circuit is simple and easy to build. It's the exact same. So yeah, so what you'll need is chests, a block of dirt, a flower, some stone, or any block you're choosing, a bee nest or beehive, doesn't matter, hopper, some glass, a dispenser, redstone dust, bees obviously, some slabs, glass bottles, and comparator. So to start off, you're gonna wanna go you're gonna wanna go start by placing your collection chest down. Then you jump and place hopper, and then you place your bee nest. Now you should be able to place your bee nest on top, like that. Now the tricky part is going to be placing your dispenser, and I will show you why. Because you have to place your dispenser facing into the bee nest. Simple. Now let's work on the back before we finish up the front. So you're going to want to place a block behind the beehive. Now you're going to grab your slabs and just place your slabs like this. You're only going to need two like this. Now you're going to want to place one a block up. Like that. Should look something like this. And now you come over here, face your dispenser, and put them on top too. So it should look like this. Now you grab your dust and your comparator. Put your comparator facing outward with one redstone dust, and basically connect it. Reason for this is because redstone signals coming from a comparator from that's activated by like a block is only at one, but you can actually toggle it depending on what it is. Like the more honey that's in here, the brighter, the more activated the redstone is, the stronger the signal is, which means once it gets here, the the honey should be full, dispensing a bottle into it collecting the honey into here and here, or wherever you hook up your collection system. So now, time for the front. Front's very simple. You just place a block of dirt with any flower you're choosing with glass. Surrounding it so that with glass surrounding it so that bees do not escape. I am sorry for language mix-ups or anything. I'm extremely tired right now. And now, what do? You just wait with your bees. Like that. And bam, very simple, very easy bee farm. And it's an automatic one, so you don't have to really do anything. You just have to check on it every so often. And you can also expand it as big or as small as you want. So, yeah, very simple. So let's head on to our next contraption. Here is our next farm. This one doesn't take too much redstone. And I think by sight, most of you might already know what this one is. But if you don't, I'm going to tell you, this is an iron golem farm. Now, this one isn't like most golem farms, as this one is specifically conditioned for underground areas, like an underground base or like a secret area underground, or like a cave system or something like that, you know? And it is also designed to be very fast and does not require any sort of mobs scaring the villagers. So yeah. So basically, what you will need is obviously water buckets, lava bucket, beds, 8 beds, or however beds to village, 1 bed per villager. I'm doing 8, which is recommended for this design, and 9 hoppers with 1 chest. Now, first you're gonna want to find your base. So I'm gonna put my chest here. Connect 3 hoppers into it, and you connect 3 hoppers into those hoppers, and same thing on the other side. This is your platform where the iron golems are gonna land and burn to death and give you their items. Now, since I'm above ground, I'm just gonna build a wall. Just to make this easier. But it'll probably be a good idea for you to do the same when you build this, or if you're gonna build this design. Now, basically, you want to go 3 blocks taller than you want 3 blocks above the hoppers, and you'll place fences or fence gates 2 blocks above the you'll place these fence gates 2 blocks above the hoppers, and make sure they are all open like this. This is because when the fence gate is closed, mobs can't get through, but when it's open, mobs can get through no matter which side they're coming from. Unlike water or lava, because when you put lava on top of fence gates, even though they're wood, they don't burn, which is weird for some reason. Like this. And this is basically where the iron golems will be killed and their items will be put here. Now to build now to build the platform for the villagers. You're going to go pretty high up, as high up as you want, really. But you will need um 6 blocks wide, the 6 blocks wide, and 5 blocks long. So basically, you're gonna build a 6x6. And then you're gonna fill it with stone. Now you'll place your double beds facing into your beds in towards each other like this. And now you will build a wall. Now facing the lava, on the side that's facing lava, this is where your fences come in, because you're going to want to build the entire wall, except for the corners, out of fences so that the villagers can see out of it and the iron golems can spawn. Then you just hook it up to that, and it actually kind of looks like a prison cell almost, or budget version of one. And you just build the 4 walls around it. And bam, that way you have a space to where you can come in and check on them at any time. Now you're gonna want to punch a hole through one of them and place a door. Make sure it's an iron door so that the villagers can't open it themselves, because they're smart enough to open a wood door, but they're too dumb to open an iron door for some reason, which I don't get. And then you just basically build the roof and close it. And I I would wait on getting the villagers until you're actually done building the farm itself. So now I'm gonna come down here to the other side of the farm and build straight up again, except this time I'm gonna build a couple blocks taller than this platform here. So I'm gonna build a couple blocks taller, just so that the villagers can see out of it and see what's happening. And yeah, so make sure to line it up with the pool, otherwise the iron golems won't actually fall in. And you also want to make sure that this platform is only 8 blocks because water spread, the maximum is 8 blocks, and I will show you this. So if I build up, let's say 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, and 2 blocks here, you can see that that the maximum amount of spread is 8 blocks. As you can see, the maximum amount of spread for water is 8 blocks, like I said. Um, just because of how Minecraft works, I don't, because water doesn't last forever, and it's not a thing. And so, yeah, you want to build it basically a 3 by 8. Not, and this is not including the walls. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you just kind of do the same thing back and the same thing back, and then you build up, and just basically this is where your walls are. As I said in the beginning, this is not a good idea for above ground because like even though this is where the water is gonna be and the iron golems will fall down there, if you build this contraption up here with the villagers in it, they're gonna iron golems will spawn on the roof like one has over there if you look, and or like up here on top of the wall or something like that, you know. So this design is meant for underground bases for those secret base lovers out there. And I know I am one because I adore a good secret base. Like I've actually created one inside of a water cave before. Where basically I just got to the end of the water cave, mined it out, and turned it into my base. And then I made the dumb idea, and then I decided to do something really dumb and show my friends where it was, which is really just stupid on my part. Because then they killed like, because then they would do things like kill my dogs or like kill my villagers and just cause me to have to reset all my progress, and it was infuriating until I moved out. And yeah. So yeah, now for the final part, and probably the most difficult part about any sort of mob farm is getting the mobs to it. So I find that a couple of the easiest ways to lure villagers, other than boats, because let's say you have to travel the ocean or something, and or like you have to travel a plains biome first. Um, and it's best if it's daytime, because then you can actually grab a couple job blocks and it'll attract them when you place it down, and you just mine it, pick it up, and then move on. The composter is really good for it because it's probably like the easiest to craft and fastest to mine. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to spawn that one, so let me just kill it. Population control, my guys. And so yeah, this is an iron golem farm. Doesn't look like much, looks pretty big and scary, but it's actually very simple and easy. So yeah, on to the next redstone contraption. And so next on our list will be a good old-fashioned chicken farm. Now this one is pretty compact, very simple, and easy to build. The main difficulty is this one is getting the chickens, because we all know how much of a pain that can be. So let's get started. So first, what you're gonna need is some stone, or block you're choosing, hoppers, a redstone comparator, some redstone dust, a lava bucket, a chest, some slabs of your choosing, glass or any other block you're choosing, dispenser, and repeater, and obviously your chickens. So what you're gonna do is punch out this block, the middle block right here, and put your chest. Now you're gonna punch out this block here and attach a hopper to it. This one will be your killing area, so this is where you put a stone slab down with a dispenser. And the dispenser faces towards the slab. Now you build up 2 blocks with your glass, and you cover it like this. Now you're gonna place a hopper above the dispenser, and you place your lava bucket in there, like this. Now to make this dispenser fire, you're gonna wanna put a comparator down, facing out, and with a repeater. Now you loop the signal into itself like this, but you're gonna put a block down with a piece of dust going 1 block further, so that when I put an item in here, it fires like that. And then you come over here and collect it. And then you're gonna want to go 4 back just until this above here. And then now you can close the entire thing with glass. Now if you choose to, you can double down on the redstone and make it go up both sides, because that's what I like to do to make it look even and at least look good, you know. But you don't have to if you do not want to. And so now you just close up here. Very simple like this. Make sure to cover the lava so that the chickens up here do not walk out. And that is one mistake I just made. Make sure you'll want to move the chest like 1 block further out, because you need this block covered, because like the dispenser needs to hit the egg needs to hit a block for the chicken to spawn. And so yeah, that is one mistake I have made. Do not make the same mistake I just made. But yeah. And then when you are luring the chickens into their pen, you're gonna want slabs up here. You're gonna want to leave like a block or this top part open, and place some slabs so that the chickens cannot get out. And so yeah, I'm just gonna place a bunch of glass on top as well so that they can't. And now you just spawn your chickens. And you can also add some carpeting on top of the hoppers so that the chickens can move around more easily and more smoothly, but like that's up to you. I'm not gonna do that. And so yeah, that is the chicken farm complete. Very simple, very basic, very easy, and the system I like. So yeah, on to the next one. And so lastly, the final redstone contraption is a subscribe button. Because it's an amazing button to press. It'll help me out a lot, and it'll mean a lot to me because I want to make a career out of this, and I love making these videos for you guys. So, if you found this video helpful and you liked some of the redstone contraptions I've made, please hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video and like my content, please like the video. Please. I beg of you. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.